Hi. Video number 3. Basketball ball handling. Peak performance training. We went through an intro to ball handling with you. We went through an on-the-move ball handling video. Now today what we're going to do is look more at some team drills that you can use in your practices, but also at some half-court stuff that you can do and some small space stuff where we have a confined area, all right, where we want our kids to be working in their basement or in their garage or something like that. So a lot of those in-place drills we gave you in the intro are awesome. Today we're going to add some more. Hopefully we'll be able to take some of these and apply them to what we're doing. The first one we're going to go to today is a team drill that I like to use because we can line people up and they can kind of go in succession, and it's a little bit different than the zigzags, okay? We're going to use the cones and we're going to focus on being under control while I maintain my dribble, all right? Looking ahead, but also getting down nice and low and keeping my chest up. So this is what it's going to look like. So what we're trying to do in that is just maintain a dribble. Keep the head up. We get from a higher dribble to a nice low dribble. Keep that dribble going. Remember, the two most important things we're going to talk about today are seeing the floor, maintaining the dribble. Now we're in a half-court offense, all right? Those zigzag dribbles aren't going to exactly apply. Those on-the-move dribbles that we went through, those are, hey, we're pushing it up in transition, we're on a fast break, we're in control, all right? We've got control of a break, maybe a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-1, all right? We get cut off or we need to change direction. We're using those moves, right, while maintaining speed, right, and increasing separation, which is what we talked about. All right, now we're going to look at basically in a half-court set where I have control of the ball, all right? I try to make a move, but you know what? Maybe I get cut off, all right? Or maybe I see something that I don't like, all right? I don't want to pick up my dribble, all right? Because that changes everything, all right? I can't run my offense. If I'm in control of this ball, I can't run the offense. The team can't do what they need to do if I'm picking up my dribble too early, all right? Or I'm dribbling right into a trap or into a bad situation. So I want to maintain my dribble, but how do I maintain it? The first drill that we're going to use for this, we started out with even the younger kids, is called a dig drill, which means we're dribbling hard at someone. You know what? We don't like what we see, so we keep our eyes up and we retreat back. And I'll show you that. We're going to use lane line to lane line. It's a nice set distance, easy to kind of work with. So I start my dribble, right hand on the one lane line, all right? It's aggressive. It's aggressive. I'm protecting the ball, all right? On a whistle or on a command, boom. I sprint drill probably 2 dribbles, all right? Hard as I can, 2-3 dribbles to the other lane line. Then I retreat back under control with my eyes up. So it looks like this. Go! 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 So that's my first spot, okay? The first thing I do is introduce that. Use the right hand, use the left hand dribble. Hit it hard, retreat back, keep my eyes up, control the ball, protect the ball, all right? That's my job as that point guard or wherever I am when I'm in control of that offense. If I put that dribble down, you know what? I better maintain it as long as I can until I have something good to do with it. So another advancement we can use on that is actually going into a crossover up into it. So I'll show you that. So I start protecting. Go. 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 So you see, controlling the dribble. I don't like what I see. Boom, I switch it fast. Control my dribble. Maybe I drive hard to the right. I get cut off. Boom, I switch it. I can do the same thing with it through the legs. So I can start here. Go. 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 So I can do the same thing. Both hands I can work on. 3 different drills. Dig drill. And what are our 2 goals for the day, right? Maintain the dribble, see the court. Maintain and see. All right? We need to do that when we control the offense. We need to do that whenever we have the ball in our hands. Maintain the dribble once we start it, all right? Until we have something to do with it. Shoot it, pass it. Okay? And see the court the whole time. So now we did the dig drill. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into what I call the triangle dig, all right? Call it the triangle dig drill. We set a cone up maybe about 5-6 feet above the top of the key, all right? And then I have 5 cones kind of stacked up, and sometimes we use a chair, all right? Something that's going to mimic a defender, maybe even a big mat or something like that, but something that's not just one cone, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to have our guard, all right, whoever it is, start their dribble up top, all right? So that's the defender there, all right? We're going to hard dribble one way, all right? And then basically it's going to be like the defense is stepping up. So we're trying to go around this guy. The defense steps up, and I'm going to do something to retreat. Now he's going to retreat backwards like this toward the middle. So I have to either use that crossover retreat, okay? Or I have to plan behind the back, okay? So I have to do one of those 2, all right? So we're going to go through it and show you what it looks like. And then after we just go through the retreats, we're going to go through a retreat and then a drive to the basket. Go! 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 So that's going to be it through the legs, all right? Now a lot of times, we talked about behind the back dribble, how behind the back dribble can be super, super effective on the move, but also very, very effective when you get cut off. Because if I'm driving hard and somebody steps up, even through the legs, puts that ball right in front of them, okay? A big reverse dribble, well, there's still a defender over here, all right? So, the best option, really, is to go behind my back. So I come hard here, and then I can go behind my back. I go hard here, behind my back. So here we go. 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 So you can see how that behind the back dribble helps you out. So now we're going to take that triangle dig drill, all right? Take that triangle dig drill and then move it into a drive to the basket and a layup, all right? Who knows? It could be a drive to the basket and a floater. It could be a drive to the basket and a pull-up jumper. It could be a drive to the basket and a dish to an open man, all right? But what we're going to do right now is work on the dig, the retreat. But a lot of times, once I dig and I retreat a little bit, all of a sudden, it opens up. Maybe the guy that was on my wing over here, my wing player, all right? Maybe he slides down to the corner, all right? And all of a sudden, that defensive man that stepped up, he helped, but now he sees you retreat, so he goes back, and it might open up. You never know, okay? So, what we can do a lot of times on that retreat is go right back into a hard drive, all right? And that's where it's the most effective, and that's why if I maintain my dribble and I see the floor, I can make something happen. So, I'll go into the dig drill side to side, and then all of a sudden I'll have another command, all right? Maybe it's a whistle or a different verbal command that'll actually get me into the drive to the hoop. Go. 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 you see how we can go through that. We can get some great conditioning in too. They score, they come back. Next time through, they come in. They shoot their floater. Next time through, they come in. They pull up and get their jumper past the first line of defense. Very effective, great conditioning, works on game situations. So in a half-court set, what are we looking at, right? We're looking at changing direction as quickly as possible to break down the defense like we just talked about. So what I'm going to do here is have those tones set up to mimic a wider defender like I talked about in the big drill. And then what I'm going to do from here is first I'm going to start out with just a crossover. A hard plant crossover to the opposite way and go. And then come back. So start out here, hard dribble, come back. Dribble, come back, okay? We can work both ways. Obviously, you can always turn it into conditioning, jumpers, floaters. We can do this all day long for our guards, and it will really, really be effective. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look into that quick crossover. So work on that crossover, quick. Now we're going to do the same thing. So we set somebody up with a cross a little bit. Now they're back a little bit, all right? They're ready for it. So now I cross, plant and go. So I walk them through it first. They come down, they plant, boom, and shoot. So it's 2 plants and a go. Quick go. All right? So now we're going to try that. And remember with this, we need to keep that dribble close. And I talk about this. When we start moving too fast, that dribble gets way out in front of us. Keep that dribble tight. So I come down now. And I can go into that quick. All right, makes sense? Work both of those, all right? Set somebody up, work a crossover all the time, all right, as a play. And then work on that move, all right? Be effective, be quick, keep your eyes up, see the floor. So what we're going to show you now is a conditioning drill that we can use for any level as long as the zigzag pattern is solid from a crossover and a reverse dribble stance. All right? This will introduce a between the legs dribble, but it's going to be a little bit easier between the legs than it would be between the legs on a zigzag pattern. Okay? Good conditioning drill. We can use a small amount of space and get a lot of kids in there. So we're going to go baseline and free throw line. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to do all right hand. I like to add these in when I start getting better dribblers, all right? When they can handle the ball a little bit better. We do this as conditioning while they're working on their in-place dribble. So I start on the baseline. I'm on the baseline. I'm going all right hand right now, okay? So I'm dribbling up hard to the free throw line. When I hit that free throw line, I'm going right hand. I plant that right foot. I pull the ball behind my back, okay? To change direction. Right back into my right hand. I'm not touching it with my left hand. And then I'll switch it to my left hand. So good, all right? So we can do this in bursts. Do 10 or 15 seconds hard or a set number of repetitions, and then get them in place on the baseline and work on that same hand dribble in place. Next step we're going to take is going into a between the legs dribble. So we're going to start here. We're going to dribble hard to the free throw line. Plant, switch, cross it back over into the right. And left. how we can add that, get some great conditioning, take 10 minutes at the beginning of practice, or at the end, to fatigue them out. Go through these in conjunction with the in-place drills. Keep the heart rate elevated, keep them dribbling, keep their eyes up. Thanks.